It's like I'm gonna be naked to the whole world. It's like one thing to be fat and everybody can see you, but to like sit here and talk about like what's actually wrong with you is terrible. Hey! Thanks for checking out my video again. I'm really excited. My last video got over 100 views and that really made me so happy. I didn't think that I would get that many. So hopefully this video can do better. So you gotta share it more. This video I'm going to be talking about loving yourself. Now I've always been overweight, like I said in the first video, but I've never really had a problem with the way that I look. You know, I'd be lying if I said I never wanted to see myself in a nice two-piece, but I've never had a problem dressing myself or, you know, people picking on me. That's never been an issue of mine. But I do have these health issues that are coming up now that I'm older. I'm going to be 24 next month. I was diagnosed with PCOS this summer. PCOS stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome, which means basically my ovaries have cysts on them, they're enlarged, and basically they're in trouble right now. It's a hormone disorder, so it's not necessarily a being overweight disorder. It does cause me to be overweight though. Complications that come with PCOS are infertility, sleep apnea, depression, and uterine cancer. So I'm just going to talk about those for a second. The biggest thing for me is the whole infertility thing. The doctor told me over the summer that if I don't fix this problem within the next 5 years, that I could need a complete hysterectomy before I'm even 30. I don't have any kids right now, and I want to be married one day and have kids. So it's something that's really pushing me to try to do better for myself, to love myself more so that I can have kids and I can have a family and, you know, happily ever after. Depression, I figured out how the depression kicks in. It's depressing to think about, you know, not being able to have kids or possibly facing cancer. It's not easy to battle those things. And the uterine cancer comes in from the estrogen hormone with a concentrated amount. It attacks the uterine wall, so you have to take special medication to help lower those levels and keep everything under control. So, with that working against me in my battle to lose weight, because with PCOS, not only is it bad for you to have PCOS and be overweight, but if you're not losing weight, you're gaining weight. So basically, it's a losey-sucky situation. So now I'm going to talk about the health problems that I've had that strictly just have to deal with me being overweight. The first one being pre-diabetic. I was also told this summer that I'm flirting with the line of pre-diabetes. I'm not diabetic yet, but I'm not so far away from it that I don't have to worry about it. So I'm just going to read the definition that I have written here from the Mayo Clinic. It says, pre-diabetes, which leads to type 2 diabetes, your cells become resistant to the actions of the insulin. So instead of moving into your cells where it's needed for energy, the sugar builds up into your bloodstream. Complications that come with pre-diabetes is leading to diabetes. These are what happens if you do get diabetes. The complications develop gradually over time the longer that you have diabetes. So first is cardiovascular disease, including coronary artery disease with chest pain, heart attack, stroke, and narrowing of the arteries. Yeah, none of those sound friendly at all. None of those sound fun. Nerve damage also comes with diabetes. The excess sugar can injure the walls of the capillaries that nourish the nerves, especially in the legs, causing numbness, tingling. I actually know a little bit more about this. My grandfather had diabetes. What happens is basically you lose feeling in your legs, and a small cut, a little scrape, turns into a massive infection because you don't even feel it. You don't even know that it's there, and then by the time you get it checked out, you're going to the doctor and they have to cut off a toe, or they have to cut off your foot, or they have to cut off your leg, and then it's like they slowly just chop away at you, and the same thing happens in your hands. You lose feeling, and then something small turns into something huge. Having diabetes also damages the vessels in your eyes, so that can lead to cataracts, and glaucoma, which is like the cloudiness in your eyes where the color is, and possibly blindness. So also that is not fun. So that's the whole thing I'm facing with diabetes. High blood pressure, also something that I've had since I was young. So the definition of high blood pressure, or how blood pressure is determined, it is determined by the amount of blood your heart pumps and the amount of resistance to the blood flow. So basically, if you have smaller arteries, which when you're bigger, when you're heavier, your arteries become more narrow, your heart has to pump the same amount of blood through a smaller hole. Just having that extra work put on your heart on a daily basis, because your heart runs 24/7, it never stops. So even in resting, having your heart work harder for a longer period of time can damage the heart. So these are my issues, and I've decided that, you know, I do love myself enough to change my eating habits, change my lifestyle habits, and really try to lose this weight. So come join me in my struggle. Exactly what it is, a struggle. Are you recording me crying? Because I'll be so mad if I see myself crying on camera. I'm too strong for this. I'm about to cry. Cut.